Hello and welcome to Craft with Sarah and another Cricut cardstock tutorial. In this video, I'm showing you how to make an impressive freestanding stained glass effect window panel that's perfect for autumn. It has a lovely design on the front with all of these pretty fall colours. The design comes with a stand built into the back, so you don't need to worry about how to display it. It's completely freestanding all by itself. It uses window cling in the background, so when the autumn sunshine shines through, you get a lovely rainbow effect. The colours along the front slot in like a mosaic against the leading effect of the window design. You can download the autumn design for free as part of this tutorial. Head to the link in the description to find out more. But if you'd like the full set, I'll also show you where you can go to find the matching spring, summer, and winter designs, as well as a forest, an ocean, and a mountains design. And there's also a full nativity set, including a brand new angel design to complete the collection. Here's where to find all of the designs on the Craft with Sarah website, including today's freebie. Let's get started. To find all of the stained glass designs, head to craftwithsarah.com, then click Products in the top navigation. Scroll down to see the filters and under Themes, choose Stained Glass. It will then update to show all the stained glass designs, including some that aren't quite like the ones we'll be making today. To hide those ones and only see the freestanding windows, also add another filter under Categories and choose 3D and Freestanding. That will then change to show you all of the ones we'll be doing in this video. You can't see them right now because they're brand new. They haven't quite been added to the website at the time I'm recording this, but by the time you're looking at it, they will all be there, ready and waiting for you. Before we begin, let's take a look at some of the materials you'll need. Most of it just goes together with cardstock and glue, but there are two specialty materials we'll be using, which is craft board and window cling. The window cling goes in the gaps and you get a lovely rainbow effect when the light goes through it. To make the stands on the back, it works best with a thick cardstock, but ideally it would be craft board. This is Cricut craft board here. I've used the brown, but it doesn't matter what colour you use because you don't see any of it from the front. If you don't have craft board, thick cardstock of 300 GSM or £110, something in that region, it doesn't have to be exact, will be best. You need it to be thick so that the stand is sturdy enough to hold the weight of it, to hold it upright. The window cling I'm using I got on Amazon. It's a bit of a weird name. It's rabbit goo window film, that's what it's called. That's what it looks like. It comes on a roll, so you'll need to cut it to fit on your mat. And it's very easy to cut. You can use the medium or the heavy cardstock setting and it will go right through it. When you put it on your cutting mat, there's a side that's got a protective layer on it, and then a side that's the kind of front, which you might find has got some ridges in it. When you do it, I put the side with the film on against my Cricut mat because that's the back of the window cling. That's the side that ends up a little bit tacky once that backing is gone. So when I cut it, the film side is against the mat, the ridge side is appearing face upwards. That means you don't have to remember to mirror your design or anything like that. Just cut it out exactly as it loads into Cricut Design Space. You don't need a Cricut scoring wheel or scoring stylus for this project. So that's it. Let's jump in and see how to make our stained glass windows. This is how the window design loads into Cricut Design Space, and it works the same for all of the different window designs in this style. The great thing is, you don't have to change anything. It loads in completely ready to cut. You can click the design to see the size. This one is 5 by 7 inches. If you want to resize it, you can do that. Make sure the padlock icon is closed. If yours is bigger, click it to close it. Then you can change either the width or the height to make it change both of those directions in proportion. I don't recommend going too much smaller than 5 by 7 because some of the pieces, like these ones here on the right hand side, will get very hard to glue in if they're smaller, but you can certainly make it bigger. However, I'm going to do the original size for mine. There are a couple of things to be aware of when you're cutting it out. First is that the bright blue or cyan layer should be cut from your window cling. Just open this up and have a look. On all the designs, it will look like this. So it looks like the full size of the design all filled in one colour. That's your window cling layer. Then at the bottom of the layers are 3 pieces all in this dark brown colour. If I hide those two, you can see a little bit easier. Ungroup the layers. I'm only doing this to show you. You don't need to do this when you're loading it in. But what you've got are these 3 pieces for the stand at the back. And these are what will be cut from your craft board. You've got the little stand bit to go on top, one piece that's got some lines cut into it down here, and then one piece that looks like the whole of the design. You need all these 3 pieces to be cut from your thick cardstock or your craft board so that it's really sturdy when you go to stand it up. The rest of it, all these pieces over here and the ones that I hid, they'll all be cut from your cardstock. It's nice to do the outer frame piece in a gold so it emulates that stained glass effect look a little bit more. When you're ready to cut, press Make over on the top right of the screen and that will separate out all the colours. You can change the paper size in the drop down here, and these projects are perfect for using up your card scraps because for many of the colours you'll only need a small amount. When you're happy with how all the pages are looking, press Continue to connect to your Cricut and follow the on-screen instructions to get everything cut. If you are using the craft board, it does come with a dedicated craft board setting. To find that, when you're looking at the materials on the cut screen, search for craft with a K and then the setting will come up. If you can't find it, heavy cardstock with more pressure should cut through as well. The window cling I'm using cuts on medium or heavy cardstock setting, but depending on the exact brand you get, you might need to play around a bit until you find the perfect cut setting for you. So go ahead, get it all cut out, and then we'll see how to put together our stained glass autumn window design. I've now got all of the pieces of my autumn window cut out and ready to go together. When you look at the craft board pieces, there'll be 3 in total. There'll be one which has got the cutout on here for the stand, one that's just a little piece of stand, and one that is the same size as whatever the bottom layer of the cardstock design is. So if I put that on there, you see they line up exactly. The reason we've got this piece is for extra stability so it's stronger to stand up and to hide the glue that we'll put on the back of the window cling. We'll be gluing the window cling first, and this is the same size as the window, so it will go exactly on top. You'll probably find that your window cling has got a protective backer on it, a bit like if you're using adhesive vinyl. Find the backer and peel it off. The side you're peeling will be a little bit tacky. That's the side that will be facing downwards, so the tackiness will go out towards the back of the design. I'm going to pull this off, and then my tacky side is face up. I'm going to remember that. Get your glue. I'm using Barely Art glue, but I also like Kalal. The reason I like these 2 glues is they don't bend or wrinkle the card like some glues can do. And I'm going to add some all over this piece of craft board. Pick up your window cling, and then the tacky side will get stuck down on top of the glue. So I've turned mine over now so that tacky side is facing downwards, and then it lines up exactly around the edge. Wiggle it about to make sure it's in place. And then gently push down to get the glue to stick, but don't push too hard as you don't want any of it to smudge out into the bits of the window cling that we'll actually see. Then on top goes the layer that's the same size as that craft board. We're hiding all of that messy glue with this piece. Next up is the black piece, which is the outline for the stained glass effect design. We'll be gluing this on too. Be very careful because the lines are thin. So you're going to be neat with your glue, and also add a good amount of glue, as much as you can, so that it'll be a really good solid stick on there. Okay, most of that's now got at least a little bit of glue on. The Barely Art glue is great for this because it comes with such a thin nozzle on it. If some of your glue smushes out into the sides, hopefully it will smush out into the bits that we're about to cover up with other bits of cardstock. Next up is the bit I enjoy the most, which is slotting in all the little cutouts into the black outline. They'll all push exactly in there, a little bit like slotting together pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. Depending on the thickness of the card you've used for the little pieces, in comparison with the outline, you might have to push it down a little bit to get it to go in, and sometimes it might end up a bit taller. For example, my tree, the brown I've used, is really thick card, whereas my black is fairly thin, so it does look a little taller than the black, but it does still fit in the hole. I need a little bit more glue in that pointy bit because that has not stuck. That's now going to smush out and be messy. The glue dries clear, so it's not really a problem. But you can always use your fingernail or a weeding tool or something similar to neaten it up if you do get any little spillages of that glue coming out. Got my sun. I've used a fairly similar yellow to that background. Probably should have done it a bit different, but it still looks different enough. In real life, it looks more different than it does on the camera. And then you just work through it all. Now, if you prefer, you can line the pieces up before you glue them in, just sort of roughly put them where they're going to be. And that way, you make sure you're definitely going to be sticking all the right bits in the right spot. So you could do like what I'm doing now and just kind of roughly get them there before sticking. It's especially helpful for things like the bushes at the front where the pieces are quite similar but not quite the same. Down here the pieces are the smallest, so watch out for them to make sure you don't lose them. It's the mountain colour first, then the creamy colour, then your bright yellow, and then finally the blue, like that. And then the rest of it will be showing that base colour through. So now that I've got all those in position, I'm going to take them off again, one at a time, and glue them into place. I'll speed this bit up because once you've seen me stick a couple of bits in, the rest of it is pretty much the same. I've now glued in all of the pieces and I've realised I'm missing this one. This bit here should be the creamy colour. So I don't think I've got it anywhere. I think I have lost it somewhere along the way. So I'm going to have to go and recut that bit and then I'll be back to finish it off. I recut that piece, here it is, and it's now all glued in. Next up, I'll add the frame around the edge, which I've cut in a matte effect gold card, which is really pretty. Line it up carefully. There we go. Gently push down. And that's all of the front done. Got the window cling in there. And now I need to add the back. Start off by gluing on the piece with the cutout flap on it. Make sure your picture lines up. So it'll be that way around. Before I add the glue, I'm going to fold the flap outwards. There's no score line or anything, just fold it where it naturally ends on those two cut lines. And now I know not to add any glue to that bit. So I'm only putting the glue on the bits that don't form part of that flap. fold the flap down, and there's another flat piece to glue on the top to add some extra stability. Make sure you get it the right way round so it lines up exactly. Add the glue onto there or onto the back of here. It might be easier actually on the back directly because then you can get all the way to the top. Then we're going to leave that to completely dry before doing the final step. Now that the glue's dry, we can do the final step of bending it up one more time along that score line, and that helps to bend that top bit we just put on as well. You don't need to do a completely firm fold, so you don't need to fold it directly all the way over. Just doing it up to about there should be enough, and that will hold your design beautifully. If you find that it's not holding, try cutting out another one of this piece to glue on top to give it more stability where it's got the stand. But this one is going really lovely. So that's the autumn design all finished. If you'd like to make the matching set, head to craftwithsarah.com/stained glass to find the other designs in this series. They've all been designed to look like the same window scene with the trees and the lake, but at different times of the year. So as well as autumn, we've also got a spring design with lots of pretty flowers. And just like before, we've got the window cling in here to shine through. There's a summer design with a sailboat going down the river. And a winter design with a lovely festive little robin. For even more designs, we've got a mountain scene, a beach scene, and a forest scene. All of these designs are available to download with your design credits if you're a Papercraft Porch member, or they can be purchased individually. To find out more about Papercraft Porch, head to craftwithsarah.com/join. Papercraft Porch members also get access to an exclusive class where I'm showing you how you can design your own window scenes just like this. We'll be combining graphics together along with the window template and making custom back stands to make sure they fit perfectly in your design. So if none of these quite fit what you're looking for, check out that class for instructions on how to design your own. The class is recorded in Cricut Design Space, Silhouette Studio, and Canvas Workspace, so whether you've got a Cricut, a Silhouette, or a scanning cut, you can follow along. Papercraft Porch members get access to one brand new video class just like this every single month, plus instant access to all existing classes when you join. There are loads of other benefits to being a Papercraft Porch member too. You can find out all of those at craftwithsarah.com/join. Or if you want to check out all those classes I just mentioned, head to craftwithsarah.com/classes. But for now, we're all finished with the beautiful autumn design to finish off the collection. And here it is in all of its beauty. I hope that you enjoyed this video on how to make a beautiful autumn stained glass effect window with your Cricut machine. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more Cricut crafts, free SVGs and papercraft fun. I hope to see you next time for the next tutorial, but for now, thank you so much for watching. Bye!